kasih Brandon. Jadi sekarang kita akan melihat Bash antara RRQ melawan raja terakhir dari segala raja yang sepertinya ya guys ya. Ini adalah Fnatic Onyx PH ya guys ya. Ini kayaknya bakal super gila dan super ngeri banget sih guys. Karena kita tahu Fnatic Onyx PH ini tidak terkalahkan di PH ya guys ya. Dan kita akan masuk ke dalam batch-nya. Tapi tidak ada caster Indonesia. Karena RRQ dan Onyx PH disiarkan di channel Inggrisnya ESL ya guys ya. Jadi buat kalian yang gak mengerti Inggris ya udahlah nasib ya guys ya. Karena gue juga males mau translate-nya ya guys ya. Kebanyakan cok mereka ngomongnya ini. Iya, ini tuh Brusco mantan RRQ kemarin coy. Woi, gamenya nggak ada suara ESL bagaimana cocok? Oh kecil cowok suaranya nih.
This is going to be a game to keep an eye on.
Woi, ada mouse-nya di tengah, cocok. Geserin mouse-nya ESL.
Dominance here in the Snapdragon stage. It's going to set up that momentum you need for the rest of the year. And I think the drafts that we have here exactly suit the styles that
the Philippines. Sudah dimulai BS ya teman-teman. Woi, agak kita lihat layarnya agak berguncang ya guys ya.
Game and maybe set things up while Fnatic Onyx, we know that they want to be able to take control of that mid game.
Ini juga kita lihat Reed memberikan tekanan. Tapi gua harap ya RRQ itu gak kalah mental sih guys. Jangan ngedown duluan sih guys ya. Karena kalau misalnya RRQ udah ngedown, udah kalah mental duluan, wah udah susah sih buat menang ya. Kita lihat. Ya ampun, cocok sisa satu hit anjing. Tai lah cocok. Kok bisa sisa satu gitu sih? Kayak hoki banget. Tapi kita lihat di sini Skylar akan mendapatkan free minion terus-menerus ya guys ya.
Nevertheless, he'll still be able to hold the ground and he had to back away to recall himself.
Sujin, it's expected that he's gonna be putting a little
bit more attention. Gila Dairon di sini masih dengan Hildanya ya guys ya. Masih pede rupanya, astaga udah mati langsung cok. Aduh. Tai lah masa udah mati anjing, aneh banget.
Gonna wait it out for Susujin to be actually hold it out, but this turtle is already in the hands of Kiko and now they're pushing in for the script.
Ya ampun, udah mati lagi cocok. Bagaimana ini ditabrak-tabrak gini anjing. 2-0 ya guys ya. Apa ini tai?
It is very much expected that Fnatic Onyx should control the early game with an Alpha, Edith, and Gatot Kacha. It's a lot easier for them to take control of objectives, and they just have generally more damage compared to RRQ Hoshi. For RRQ, they gotta hold the early game and focus on giving as much farm to Rins and Skylar as possible, with the Claude being the more obvious. That's why you're going to see a little bit more ganking towards the gold lane to make sure that Claude wins out against the Harith, because usually Harith is the winner in one lane matchup.
Oh, that's totally agree. And here on out, we do see a 1v1 matchup coming in from Kurt as well as Diren.
Oke, kita lihat di sini Diren pun terkena press oleh Kirk ya guys ya. Ini Onyx PH ini tim tai sih guys. Gue yakin banget mereka ini terlalu kuat ya guys ya. Kenapa bisa tiba-tiba RRQ ketemu dia guys? Aneh bener cok.
He's still not giving up, but he's gotta be careful. Along the side of RRQ is gonna be Susujin is just overlooking, and it seems that King Kong gets the input as well. And
kita lihat Kera level 6, level 5, Skylar juga level 5 masih imbang ya kalau gold lane-nya ya guys ya. Idok juga sekarang gue lihat sudah mulai pede untuk bermain Chow ya guys ya. Kemarin di MPL gak ada, kayak jarang banget dia pakai Chow guys. Kayaknya benar-benar latihan banget deh buat pakai Chow ya guys ya. Gak apa-apa kayak pertanyaan sebenarnya di M6. Ya tapi tetap lah itu pemanasannya Chow. Jadi harus memberikan yang terbaik gimana pun juga ya guys ya. Mau gimana pun harus memberikan yang terbaik guys. Gak boleh sembarangan.
Which is already kind of difficult against an Edith, so that they can roam and actually stop Onyx from being overly aggressive on other parts of the map. Unfortunately, Onyx not really being stopped by that. They're going to start contesting the turtle in Sun Sujin.
Oh, coming in straight with the Spirit of Alpha, pushing in straight. Airborne comes through. Darren trying to push in straight
Aduh,
away to King
Idok
Kong,
Montek
but
kagak
Silas
dapet,
is
tai,
getting a
tai.
lot of damage, but
Dok,
Turtle
Dok
has
pikir
already been
astaga
picked up
kok
and
bisa
pushing
kena
right now.
berdua
It's
gitu,
pushing
anjing.
RRQ Hoshi.
Oke,
Doesn't
oke,
get the
balas
target
coy,
they needed.
kasih
Fnatic
damage,
Onyx,
kasih
they're
damage
gonna
guys.
actually get away already. They're on
Nice
what they
banget
needed, but
Sutsujin,
Damage
double
comes
kill.
double kill
Balasin
taken out
boy.
as well as the side of
Woi,
King Kong.
double
Now
kill,
that's what
coy.
is needed coming in for the side of RRQ, but at
Kok
the
yang
same
double
time,
kill malah
25.000
si anjing
dari
apaan
Samuel.
sih
Pesan,
Esel?
cek di Google TOTO
Aneh banget si
707.
Esel kok malah kill yang double kill kan yang double kill
That
kan
is
Sutsujin
exactly
tai.
what RRQ Hoshi is
Jangan
looking
gitu
for. And
dong,
actually a
Yesel.
massive win,
Rasis
because up
banget
until now,
loh.
I've been mentioning that Fnatic
RRQ
should be
agak
stronger
kira
at
muncul
this
kick
stage of the
anjing
game
lah.
because of more presence and
Jelas,
damage
tai.
overall,
Rasis,
but extended the team fight a little bit too far, and RRQ beautifully managed their resources and positioning, playing around the healing being
Yang
provided
benar,
by
Yesel.
so that they could
Kecewa
provide
gua
fight, and then
tontonnya.
enter once Onyx had overextended in the mid lane. Because of that, Sutsujin now has a little bit of an EXP lead against King Kong.
RRQ
And
dari
RRQ
segi
has
network
even
masih
upped the
seimbang
network.
untuk sekarang, guys.
As long as they keep the gold even and Skylar does not die. this
Waduh,
game
Dairan
is
kita
going
lihat
in
harus
their
masuk ke
favor.
rumput dulu ya guys ya.
Definitely, and a little bit stronger coming in from the side of Darren. This is where no matter how much you try to put out a potential to fight out with Kurt,
Okay.
it's still not enough. And going into the side of Susujin, I agree on the note that now he's actually in a very good advantage. Hopefully, RRQ Hoshi
Ayo, Farmi, fokus, konsentrasi.
control the movement that they are required right now to move into the mid game. And so far right now, we do see that Team Fnatic Onyx is gonna actually try to team up right at the top, gonna actually try to give a lot of pressure to Skylar as well as Edo, but it will be denied instantly. Team RRQ Hoshi, really good grounding, really good coverage right now for both teams. It's really tie up for both of the teams right now.
Yeah, like we mentioned, gold lane going to get a lot of attention soon because if Onyx can unlock Kelra and have him start gaining gold from assists, it accelerates their snowball. so
Fokus,
much
fokus ke
further,
turtle-nya,
while
fokus
stopping
ke
Skylar. But
turtle-nya.
RRQ is not letting that happen.
Oh, they're not letting it happen as well. They're contesting for the title as well.
Fokus
Jarry
ke
coming in for
turtle,
the
nice
push,
banget
Sutsujin takes
Sutsujin,
down, and that's
nice
the
banget.
turtle
Sutsujin
but at the
pinter
moment
loh.
right now,
Langsung
they will be
nge-ulti
trying to
dia,
go in
cok,
for the
supaya dia
switch.
nggak kena
Not
ultinya
done yet,
Gatot ya guys
going
ya.
in for the push to the
Bruskonya
side of
mati,
Prince.
let's
That
go.
is all the way with Sutsujin having so much
Oke,
damage,
RRQ
but
lumayan
they
bisa
have to
melawan
position,
ini,
but
guys.
it's a good move. Skylar
Dibilang
offers
kebantai
the
juga
takedown.
kagak ya guys ya,
Now
lumayan
Darren
ngelawan
coming in
ini
from
cok.
the backline.
Aduh,
They're ready to
Idok
take
susah
down.
banget
This is
cok mau
Zalman
dapetin
coming
Montek
through, and
anjing.
Prince takes down Kelra immediately. Now pushing on straight. Darren
Kelra
not having
mati,
much
Brusko
damage, and
mati
they
guys,
actually
let's
win.
go
A really
guys.
good win, but
Sutsujin
Super
tapi
Prince comes
terkena
over with
shutdown
King
sama
Kong.
King
Just
Kong.
down
Wih, King
Susujin
Kong,
immediately
King Kong.
with what cost they
Cocok,
have.
kau ini
Even
ngeselin
the
kali
turtle
King
is
Kong.
the 2 trades coming in from the side of Fnatic Onyx, but Jiren, he seems like Kurt trying to get as much as kill as possible. He
Kok
wants
Diren
to
dapet
go for the
turtle?
push,
Siapa
but
tadi guys? Gua
still,
kagak lihat lagi yang
they
itu guys.
still managed to
Banyak
pull
kali
away
cacatnya ya.
without any casualty, but
Gua harus
the
fokus
trade
dan
is still
konsentrasi
the same
banget di
for
Dota
Fnatic
ESL.
Onyx
Dia
as well as
banyak
Philippines.
banyak cacatnya gitu loh guys.
That
Kocak
trade
anjing.
initially looked incredible for RRQ Hoshi. Again, beautifully managing their positioning. But this
Oke,
trade was
kita
then
lihat
prolonged
Idok
by a
mati
little bit
kembali
too
ya
far
guys
and
ya.
underestimated the DPS.
10.000 dari Telekampus Mahasiswi. Pesan, cek
not gonna pull anything with that Avatar Guardian. Team Fnatic Onyx will be able to pull away for those fight. Even despite the fact that RRQ Hoshi was not been pulled in, but at the same time,
si
RRQ
Kirk
Hoshi,
mati.
great
Kenapa,
position,
Cok? Di solo
great
kill Dairen?
respawn-wise. So far, they
Solo
know
kill
how
si
to
Dairen ya, guys.
actually
Nggak
have
muncul
the
si
lead
anjing.
space between
Nggak
Fnatic
muncul di
Onyx
layar
as well
kalau
as
si
needed. Even on the
Dairen solo
ground
kill
wise,
anjing.
they did manage
Atau
to
muncul ya,
actually
gua nggak
trade
lihat
off
loh.
between the two turrets from the top as well as mid lane. Here on out, Team RRQ Hoshi, at least on the cover ground of the map, is still in their hands.
Even though Onyx was able to get
Muncul ya?
some good
Oh, gue nggak
kills in
fokus
that
berarti.
previous fight, remember the win condition we mentioned. As long as RRQ Hoshi keeps
Oke,
the
10
gold
detik lagi buat
somewhat
jelas saja.
even
Idok,
until
dapat
late
Idok,
game,
naik dok.
they are
Ya
actually in the
elah.
lead. The gold
Mana
difference right now
Monteknya,
very, very
Dok?
small. Only
Pede
about
dong.
1,000 in favor of Fnatic Onyx Philippines. In comparison, RRQ will scale way better and they're gonna play for that.
Wah anjing, Rins, cakep banget Rins.
Oh, they're gonna pay
Oke,
for
Rins,
Sunny.
cakep banget.
Avatar Guardian coming in for
Oke,
the push.
tabrak
And right now,
semuanya,
Kita
bantai
activate,
Bruskonya,
but
Bruskonya
damage
mati,
coming in.
cakep
But
banget,
Skylar
dua hero udah mati
immediately,
guys.
and Prince shuts down Bruce.
Keranya mati juga
Prince
anjing,
stuck in the
RRQ
middle,
ngebantai
taken out by
cuy.
Ito with the Waves of Dragon, but King Kong trying to survive with the Spear of Alpha, trying to move away, but Rin's taking out Kurt, and it's gonna be Darren to push in with the last
Anjing,
explosion,
wipe out,
shutting him
Cok.
down with the sacrifice kill, but that's needed already
Anjing,
for
wipe out,
RRQ
Cok.
to take down, getting
10.000 dari konten negatif.
Cok, kok bisa nih?
Fnatic Onyx.
Gelo, Cok, kok bisa anjing?
Position around the Lord Pit. At this stage of the game, it's understandable. They still have control, they still have damage, but RRQ, I've been seeing their micro movements, and it has been very.
Ini RRQ yang menguat atau gimana nih, guys?
Dodging Avatar the Guardian every single time, making use of iframes.
Anjing bisa wipe outin Fnatic PH dong.
Super Prince in the backline and kicking
Yang
him
bener ini,
into the
guys.
blazing duet, thereby funneling the entirety of Fnatic Onyx into a small
Skylar
area
juga udah kaya
where
banget tadi.
Skylar can do the most damage. He also now has the most gold in the game. RQ, with a 2K net worth lead now at 10 minutes, are very poised to take this game if Onyx are not able to find an equalizer.
Tapi ini belum menang ya guys, ini belum menang guys. Jangan senang dulu guys. Mau gimana pun Onyx PH tuh
25.000
bisa melakukan apapun
dari
untuk membalikan keadaan ya guys ya.
717. Pesan semangat RRQ.
Not allowing any extension coming in from the RRQ Hoshi. Lords is marching in. King Kong right at the front side. It seems that Darren will be at the back line. Doesn't spot anyone just yet, but they don't know who they want to go in. Vince overlooking straight.
Aduh, suara gamenya hilang lagi, tai, aneh banget.
But they deny it. They're actually having a little bit of hesitation.
Ayo dok, kasih tol Montek lagi dok. 10 detik lagi flickernya udah selesai, let's go.
Having a really good defense wise so far, and Team RRQ Hoshi, they couldn't find the opening they needed. So at least on the side of Fnatic Onyx, they still be able to neutralize all the lords and the wave that coming their way.
But they're not able to neutralize the gold advantage. RRQ is now controlling the entirety of the map, and they have successfully taken every exterior tower from the side of Fnatic Onyx, leaving only the inhibitors behind.
Oke, masih mendominasi dari segi landingnya. Ini bakal nungguin ke arah Lord lagi, 80 detik. Ayo semangat yuk, bisa menang yuk, bisa menang yuk.
10.000 dari Rena. Pesan ESL rusak pilih kasih ANJDRTBD.
It's gonna be quite difficult for
Iya, Cok.
Filipino champions.
Let's see.
Tapi tak, kita tunggu Lordnya dulu ya guys ya.
To break to RRQ so far.
Kamera.
Just waiting for the right time. The fact
Iya
that
sih,
RRQ,
kamera
I like the
spektatornya
positioning
agak-agak
wise. They're
mabok juga ya guys.
denying
Kita kayak dikasih
every
lihat tanah
Avatar
terus
Guardian
anjing.
been put out by Brusco, and that's the reason why it's not in the favor of Fnatic Onyx every time they go into team fights. So that's the motion where we're seeing RRQ Hoshi positioning wise is very important for their keys. Now Kiara trying to actually bait out RRQ, trying to actually pull them in, and the best part about it is that Team RRQ Hoshi, they don't need to worry about anything. They're literally prioritizing on the lane side. As long as they allow those waves come in and keep giving pressure to
10.000
Fnatic Onyx,
dari
it's
konten
still gonna be in their favor.
It's a very
Fokus, 15 detik lagi ya guys ya.
teams to always be superior in terms of
15
macro.
detik
But
lagi,
because of
let's
the
go.
draft matchup for this game in particular, RRQ Hoshi are taking care of that incredibly well, since all of their heroes are either durable on their own or have built-in escape mechanisms so that they are able to split push waves without needing to worry too much about getting ganked. Not to mention that Kirk is the only really reliable form of CC that Fnatic Onyx
Telat
has.
gasken, udah lumayan telat sih,
He
udah
has
12
to
menit
find
ini
Skylar,
match ya.
And that is after baiting out
Oke,
a
kita
Purify.
lihat
Otherwise,
Lord sudah
RRQ
didapatkan
Hoshi
ya guys
has
ya.
so many ways of controlling
Anjing
teamfights.
idok, nice banget dikasih Montek coy. King Kongnya mati, cakep banget idok. Gila. Casket gua lihat-lihat udah mulai berkembang nih guys ya. Dia tahu Brusco jago pakai cow-cownya malah
10.000
dipakai guys ya. Mantap
dari
banget sih.
Nasal. Pesan main yang BNERRGOBLEK.
Oke, tabrak anjing RRQ menang cok. Weh, aduh Dairon, gak gitu anjing. Kenapa jadi
10.000
Tarsi
dari
drone?
TLKANTI
Thailand.
SMAHASIS.
Jadi gak ada NTB, cok, lu mati, Dairon, cintaku, waduh. Wak Diren, oke. Aduh, Dairon. Kau tuh pikir apa, Dairon? Kau pikir itu klitoris, kau sodok sampai situ, cocok.
I really like the decision that was made by RRQ to just rush in and try to take out the remaining members so that they could end the game with the Lord. Unfortunately, they went a little bit too far, and Kirk was luckily able to survive with a tiny bit of HP, because if the Eden had gone down, RRQ would have definitely ended the game right there.
Ini terpaksa
and
kita
dead.
harus menunggu.
With that though, that does give
Atau
Onyx
ke
a little
Lord
bit
selanjutnya
more
terlebih dahulu ya
breathing
guys
room,
ya.
but they only have one inhibitor on very low HP to hold on to. Whatever happens, this next Lord must go into their hands, or RRQ should be able to quite easily whittle down the crystal.
Right, 81 seconds to go for the Lord. Is either they will try to actually push those team fights, or will they actually try to go in for the team fights along that Lord lane? But here on out, E-Dog is just trying to overlook. He will try to find a way to actually
Waduh,
pick it up.
RRQ
A little bit
kayak
overextension will be
bingung
denied
gitu
by
mau ngapain ya,
Super
berarti harus
Friends, and not
nungguin
only that,
Lord
they're
doang
pushing
sini
it
guys,
slowly,
gak bisa yang
but
lain
it's
ya
a
guys
lot
ya.
of damage. They're gonna actually push on for that
Nice
last
banget
minute,
Skylar,
but not
menggocek
gonna
ke
be
arah
doing
Lordnya
well, but
Vex
just need
sana.
one more push will be denied instantly by Fnatic. Just one more hit could have actually got that turret, but in the end, Fnatic still giving a lot of pressure, not allowing RRQ to even come in.
Yeah, Skylar tried to go in with the BMI for one last hit on the tower, but we have to remember, in the patch, they updated the tower so that they are just super tanky if you don't have minions nearby. In the past, a single hit would have actually taken that down, but that's no longer viable. Regardless though, I think
120.
RRQ are in a very, very comfortable position. Right now, Skylar going to be doing a lot of damage, and because there isn't enough ways for Fnatic Onyx to force out his
Ya, Lord, ini harus end nih. Ini kalau nggak end juga, ke bawah ke late game ini guys.
Worried about being CC chained, he has 0 deaths so far, and Lord is
Harus bisa buat nge-end sih yang ini.
10.000 dari Samuan. Pesan, Bang bilang selamat ulang tahun ke temenku namanya Jedilai.
Jedilai, selamat ulang tahun ya, Tuhan memberkati.
It is coming in right now. We do see King Kong trying to push into Duran.
Hati-hati, Dokyo udah mau mati, Rinsea udah open ulti, kita lihat. Kasih damage terus, Rin. Cakep banget, double kill, triple kill. Let's go, woi! Menang, Cok! Anjay, menang, Cok, lawan Onyx PH, Cok, match pertama, guys. Wih,
10.000 dari Infidel 13. Pesan, aku udah sering top up di Blank Store. Apakah di event Nolan ada kode pro Bang?
Udah promo lagi gak ada nih, brother. Wih, deh. Gila. Menang match pertama ya guys ya. Gokil. Ini adalah suatu hal yang sangat membahagiakan sih ya.